This is the noise that Ollie Davis made when Bryan Danielson debuted. And please can someone make a remix of that?
Yeah.
Jam that jam.
Yeah.
Jam that jam. Jam that jam. Jam that jam. I need that jam jam. Goddamn trebuchet. F you.
Frickin' tight screaming, me. In this WrestleTalk news, more shots fired in WWE vs AEW, Braun Strowman's Impact talks, Crown Jewel spoilers and more. Thank you to Tom Firth for remixing my excitement, and subscribe and enable notifications to always on for daily wrestling news videos.
Support WrestleTalk!
After 2 years of flirting from across the bar, sending each other spiked drinks and giving the eyes, WWE and AEW are now actively trying to f*** each other. Roman Reigns told Complex last week he doesn't see AEW as real competition, and then went on to describe the ways he'd whoop CM Punk's ass, comparing his 6'3", 265-pound frame to Punk's 200-pound soaking wet with no explosive bone in their body physique. Bryan Alvarez has claimed Roman is so loyal to WWE and Vince McMahon, he believes every word he said. Problem is, Roman didn't just call out Punk, he pretty much said he could beat up anyone in All Elite Wrestling. So I mean, when it comes down to it, I'll throw him and pretty much the rest of the roster out the club no problem. They're just little brothers, you know. Which former UFC heavyweight champion Junior Dos Santos, who has recently been appearing for AEW with American Top Team, took exception to, tweeting, "Hey Roman Reigns, I heard your interview. Please send the address of this club you will throw me and my little brothers out of. Who would you rather face in a fight? MMA Roman Reigns or untrained wrestler Junior Dos Santos who's only allowed to hit power bombs?" Let me know in the comments down below because I'll be replying to people for the first 30 minutes after this video goes live from out of nowhere. But I know what you're thinking, that's only the top star of one company shooting on the top star of another. Where's all the chat about new main roster call-ups feuding about shoes? New SmackDown draftee Top Dollar of Hit Row seemingly called out the Young Bucks last week for only wearing sneakers on camera to seem cool and hip. But in real life, they rock Vans and Asics exclusively. The Bucks then updated their Twitter profile to read, "Spent more on sneakers in September than the entire NXT roster did." Top Dollar then released a diss track. And then after Saturday's Dynamite went off the air, Max Caster had a dig at Top Dollar in his rap, to which Top Dollar has replied, 2 unimpressed GIFs on Twitter. Good God Almighty! They're broken in half. But as the saying goes, sticks and stones will break my bones, names will never hurt me, but intricate ratings data leaked a day early will kill us all. I love data so much, I look more forward to WWE quarterly revenue reports than most of their major shows. But I think the viewership obsession is about to jump the shark. This started with the first clash of the WWE main roster and AEW last Friday, where SmackDown moved to FS1, put on an extra half-hour commercial free, which went directly head-to-head with Rampage over on TNT. In response, AEW broadcast an hour-long buy-in special on YouTube featuring the excellent dream match of Bryan Danielson versus Minoru Suzuki to take a bite back. So how did they do? Nobody really knows, but let's consult the possibly inaccurate Fast National's viewing figures anyway. Wrestling Inc. writes SmackDown drew 793,000 viewers, way down on last week's 2.15 million. That was because the show was bumped stations. But WWE being on FS1 wasn't enough of a disadvantage for AEW to beat them, with Rampage drawing 549,000. It was never in with a realistic chance of winning the night, but Tony Khan talked up how AEW would beat WWE in the week leading up to it. Rampage pre-show, however, looks set to beat that SmackDown figure, currently sitting at 875,000 views on YouTube. This is a massively inflated number though, getting to amass views both over time and from all around the world. Arguably, the only useful information in all of this is how the shows performed against themselves. Rampage appears to be up 50,000 viewers from the week before, despite having SmackDown go against it, while SmackDown could actually end up being down over 200,000 viewers based on the last time it was bumped to FS1 last December. But when you get into such nitty-gritty details, you can kind of make numbers say whatever your particular ideology wants them to.
They've done studies, you know.
60% of the time, it works every time.
And the debate in wrestling journalism about this key demo over here and the timing of the release of this Fast National over there. I never knew what Fast Nationals were until last week, by the way. I just assumed it was an American sports team. Might be losing its grip on reality. Last week, Voices of Wrestling accused WWE of leaking early viewership data, these Fast Nationals, to wrestling sites to make AEW look bad. Fast Nationals are often lower than the final figure. Now, David Bixenspan has tweeted his own thoughts on this. #thread, let's review. Rampage Fast Nationals suddenly emerge when the Fast National P2 Plus number, but not the final P2 Plus, dips below 500,000. The majority of those reporting stopped when their source exposed their motives by suddenly not including P18 to 49 demographic for Rampage vs SmackDown. The last person standing reporting the Fast Nationals, now for Saturday Night Dynamite, is someone who literally never did any original reporting before the Fast Nationals materialized, recently took AEW demo data out of context to create a false narrative. This is not remotely difficult to decipher. Please use your critical thinking skills and you, too, can crack this very obvious code. No, that's not difficult to decipher at all. That makes total sense to me. See what's Reddit saying. Bix appears to be accusing a wrestling reporter for being a WWE shill. What happened to good old-fashioned butts on seats? Well, inevitably, ticket sales are just an intenser WWE vs AEW battle too. The Raw show at the UBS Arena in Long Island, New York on the 29th of November has currently only sold 3,130 tickets, not even half full. Last week, WWE announced Roman Reigns would also be on the show in an effort to sell more seats, but that doesn't appear to have made much of a difference. WrestleTalk is now reporting just noticed a major shift in pricing for the WWE event. In some cases, the prices have been cut in half. Previously, upper decks were $30 plus. Some are now available for $15. The UBS Arena show is particularly important to WWE, as AEW is running Dynamite there just over a week later on the 8th of December, and they've already sold over 7,600 tickets, or 80% of the capacity. But it's not just AEW that WWE are trying to shut out, as they reportedly still have time to nix the streaming deals of much smaller companies like MLW. Fightful is reporting that Major League Wrestling has landed a deal with Tubi, a streaming service owned by Fox, but WWE found out shortly before the announcement was made publicly, and they did not respond favorably to the deal. This has apparently put the project in question. WWE don't even have a streaming deal with Fox. They're licensed to Peacock Premium for the next 5 years, where you can see Crown Jewel this Thursday. It'll be me representing Jam That Champion Chopper Pete on our live reactions against the challenger, Adam Blompier. And thanks to a new report from Wrestling Observer, 2 results might have been leaked. For their annual Madison Square Garden holiday show on the 26th of December, WWE is planning Big E versus Bobby Lashley and Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair, implying both Big E and Lynch are retaining their championships this Thursday to hold through until the MSG event. But it's not just Crown Jewel this week, as Impact Wrestling is putting on their biggest show of the year, Bound for Glory, on Saturday night. PW Insider is reporting the promotion is working on several surprises for the pay-per-view, and one appears to be the long-rumoured debut of the former Braun Strowman in WWE, Adam Scherr. He was spotted having a long meeting with Impact Wrestling's Scott D'Amore at the hotel bar for the Motor City Comic Con in Detroit over the weekend. Additionally, following the report that Strowman's former Wyatt family brother Bray was released by WWE because of weight issues, The Fiend himself has tweeted, "Don't worry, I'll feed you baby birds, #Cult of Wyndham, and looking lean Fiendy" on that picture of himself. While Bray's 90-day non-compete clause would expire next week after Bound for Glory, many reports suggest he is on his way to Impact. With Eric Rowan also currently a free agent, we could be seeing all 3 surviving members of the Wyatt family reuniting in Impact imminently. There is so much going on in the wrestling world right now, and other than subscribing right here for daily wrestling news videos, and by making WrestleTalk.com your homepage, the best way to keep up is subscribing to the WrestleTalk magazine, which has its brand new issue out now. With this awesome Bryan Danielson re-enter the American Dragon front cover. Buy this issue and frame it! This issue has a look on Danielson's legacy, Sean Ross Sapp rounds up a month's worth of wrestling TV, and Dave Bradshaw delves into WWE's recent history with Saudi Arabia. Go to WrestleShop.com using the link in the video description below to order yours now while I hold it, raving to my new Jam That Jam.
Jam that jam.
This is the noise that Ollie Davis made when Bryan Danielson debuted. And please can someone make a remix of that?
Yeah. Jam that jam. Yeah. Jam that jam. Jam that jam. Jam that jam.
I need that
Jam
in my life.
that jam.
The AEW debut has become a thing in wrestling, aided in no small part by WWE's new favourite hobby of firing beloved star out of their company with a goddamn trebuchet. It's like what the TNA debut used to be, except with more fans, money and excitement. What's Muddy Burfy doing in the Khan zone? That sort of thing.